Today we have a 45-minute yin yoga practice to gently work on relieving tight hips and hamstrings. Hi everyone, welcome to Yoga with Tracy. I'm Tracy. Today's props, grab a bolster. If you don't have one of these, use a couple of pillows or cushions. You may also like a folded blanket, good if you only want a slight lift off the ground for the seated poses. Starting in half butterfly, from a sitting position, draw your right foot in towards you and stretch the left leg out to the side. If feeling stiff, bend the knee. And if the hamstrings are tight, you can place a cushion or a pillow under your thigh. Fold over the straight leg. If you have any low back disorders, do not allow the spine to round. Keep the back as neutral as you can. Arms either side the straight leg with palms facing up. Feel the stretch on your hamstring. In yin, we are trying to find our edge. After a while, your body will open more and you may be able to move the body further into the posture. Try to relax, no pushing or pulling. Remember to listen to your body. If you feel any pain or pinching, back out of the posture. Use your hands to push the floor away and slowly roll up. Repeating on the other side, draw your left foot in towards you and stretch the other leg straight out to the side. Once again, moving into the variation that you're comfortable with. Folding over the right leg. Arms either side of the leg, palms facing up. Smooth, steady breath in and out through the nose. A slow, deep, even breath will create a relaxed nervous system, helping to calm the mind, which in turn will help the breath become slower and more even. Butterfly is a lovely posture to open the hips, groin and hamstrings. Use your hands to push the floor away and slowly roll up. You're going to counter pose with windshield wipers. Lean back on your hands, feet wide apart. Inhale, and on an exhale, drop the knees to the right. Inhale to centre, exhale to the left. Inhaling back up, and exhale over to the right. Inhale, exhale over to the left. Keep that flow going a couple more times. I'm going to move into a posture called caterpillar. Turn to face the short edge of your mat. You can sit up on a cushion or a folded blanket. This will help you to fold forward over the legs. Straighten both legs out in front of you. If your hamstrings are tight, keep knees bent. You can also place a cushion or blanket or a bolster under the knees. If your neck feels strained by the weight of the head, you can support your head in your hands, resting elbows on thighs or cushions. Once again, if you have any low back disorders, do not allow the spine to round. Keep the back as neutral as you can. Get comfortable and fold forwards. Arms by your sides, palms facing up. In caterpillar, we're stretching the spine and the hamstrings. If you feel any pain, you've pushed too hard, back out the pose as the sensation ceases. A smooth, steady breath in and out through the nose. Coming out of the posture, use your hands to slowly push yourself up. Be mindful of your spine and lower back. Lean back on your hands, fingertips facing your buttocks. Knees bent about hip width apart. Moving into a counter pose called tabletop, lovely to do after a forward fold. Inhale as you lift your hips off the floor. Exhale as you lower. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale to lower. Inhale. Twice more. Time, hold for a count of 4. And exhale as you release back down. Give the hands a shake. It should feel really nice. Turning to face the long edge of your mat, and then move into shoelace. From a seated position, knees bent, feet flat on the floor, bring your right foot to the outside edge of your left hip, sliding underneath your left knee. Bring your left foot to the outside of your right hip, stacking the knees on each other. If your knees are complaining, you can place the props under your knees. Any low back disorders, again, do not allow the spine to round, keep the back as neutral as you can. Straighten your arms out to the sides, on your fingertips or on your hands, anchoring both sitting bones to the ground. If your neck feels strange, you can support your head on a cushion or bolster. Find stillness in the variation that you're comfortable with. Slow, deep breaths in and out through the nose. Use your hands to push yourself slowly back up. Uncross the legs, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Going to repeat on the other side. Bring your left foot to the outside edge of your right hip, sliding underneath your right knee, and bring your right foot to the outside edge of your left hip, stacking the knees on top of each other. Moving into the variation that you're comfortable with. Focusing back on the breath. Inhaling and exhaling slowly through the nose. Find stillness. We are trying to find our edge, so after a while your body will open more and you may be able to move the body further into the posture. Remember to listen to your body though. If you feel any pain or pinching, back out of the posture immediately. Use your hands to slowly push yourself up. Uncross the legs. Counterposing with windshield wipers, lean back on your hands, feet wide apart. Inhale, exhaling as you drop the knees to the right. Inhale back to centre, exhaling, drop the knees to the left. Inhaling back to centre, repeat a few more times. Lovely to provide an internal rotation of the hip. We're going to move into a posture called dragon. Begin on your hands and knees. Step your right foot between the hands, knee over the heel. Slide the back knee backwards as far as you can go. This may be enough of a stretch for you today. For a deeper stretch, place both hands inside the front foot. Move the foot a few inches towards the edge of the mat. Walk the hands forwards, lowering the hips. For more depth, come down on the elbows. And you can go further by placing your head on your hands. Dragon is a deep hip and groin opener. If you feel uncomfortable on the knee, pad this with a blanket or double up the mat. Coming out of the pose, slowly come back onto your hands and knees. We will counter pose with downward facing dog. Curl your toes under and push your hips up towards the ceiling. Keep the back nice and straight and start to pedal out the feet. Coming back down onto your hands and knees. Repeating on the other side, step the left foot between the hands, knee is over the heel. Move into the variation that you're comfortable with. Focus back on the breath, breathing in and out slowly through the nose. Soft, even breaths. Slowly pushing yourself out to dragon, coming back onto our hands and knees. Curling the toes under as we push ourselves back up into down dog. Pedal out the feet as you lift the heel of one foot, pushing the opposite heel down. Really enjoy that stretch. Coming back down onto your hands and knees, bring your seat back onto your heels. Notice how this feels. This might be enough for today. Otherwise, coming into saddle, place a bolster, or if you don't have one of these, use a cushion or a pillow. Place this lengthways under the spine. Leaning back, arms at your sides, palms facing upwards. If this feels too intense, push yourself back up and straighten one leg out in front for half saddle. And then roll yourself back down. If saddle is comfortable and you want to deepen further, remove the bolster and you can lie down all the way to the floor. Just find which variation you're comfortable with today. Saddle targets the large quadricep group of muscles on the front of the thighs as well as the hip flexors. You may also find a gentle compression to the lower back. This is great for anyone who does a lot of standing or walking. Those in half saddle, swap the legs over. Very slowly push yourself back up and remove the prop out of the way. Rest in child's pose for a few moments. Bring your seat back to your heels, forehead on the floor, arms out in front or at your sides. Close your eyes, relax into the posture. Breathe in softly, enjoy this resting pose as it calms the mind, helping to relieve stress and fatigue. Child's pose can also help to stretch the hips, thighs and ankles. Slowly push yourself up into kneeling. Take your seat to one side. Stretch your legs out in front of you and slowly roll down onto your back. Moving into a reclining twist to rotate along the spine and torso. Straighten the left leg along the mat. Draw your right knee in towards your chest. Holding the bent knee with the opposite hand, guide it across your body. Stretch your right arm along the floor, about shoulder height, palm facing up. For a deeper stretch, place the top leg straight out to the side. Keep both shoulders glued to the floor. If the leg is floating, you can place a cushion or a bolster under the leg. If your top leg was straight, bend the knee, roll back to centre and straighten the leg along the mat. Repeating on the other side, draw your left knee in towards your chest. Holding the bent knee with the opposite hand, guide it across your body. Move into the variation that you're comfortable with. Refocus back on the breath, breathing in and out. Long, slow, deep breaths through the nose. If the leg was straight, bend the knee, roll back into centre. Draw both knees into the chest. Hug your knees. Just going to release the sacrum and lumbar. Might feel nice to rock side to side. Finishing today's practice in Shavasana, bring your feet flat to the floor. Straighten the legs out along the mat. Feet about hip width apart. Let the feet flop out to the sides. Arms at your sides, palms facing upwards. Letting the fingers softly curl in. Tuck your shoulder blades into your back for support and make any final adjustments so you're completely comfortable. Breathing naturally, close your eyes. Relax your body, including your face. Let your body feel heavy. To return to normality, first begin to deepen the breath. Then begin to wiggle your toes and then your fingers, slowly reawakening your body. You can roll the ankles and the wrists. Stretch your arms overhead for a full body stretch from hands to feet. Bend your knees, feet flat on the floor. Roll over onto one side, keeping the eyes shut. Slowly move into a comfortable seat of your choice. Rest your hands on your knees. Relax your shoulders down, keeping the eyes closed. Take a lovely inhale through the nose and out through the mouth as you let go of any stress or tension. Inhale one more time and let it go through the mouth. Bring your palms together in front of your heart space, slowly opening the eyes. Bring the thumbs up to your third eye, bow forwards and whisper Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed. Please do subscribe to my channel. It's all free. I put out new videos on a regular basis.